Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
Every stock market participant faces one typical problem, that the markets have thousands of companies listed, and how do you find few stocks which actually match your trading or investment style? You might be looking at strong sales, growing profit, lower debt to equity ratio, or maybe stocks which is outperforming the benchmark index. Now imagine checking all these parameters individually on thousands of stocks. It is next to impossible, or it will take a lot of time during which that you will actually miss out on the actual opportunity in the markets. And this is where stockage scans come into the picture. Hi, I am Shuchi Rumta, and today I will be discussing that how stockage custom scans can help you filter stocks exactly based on your parameters, and instead of actually looking at so many stocks together, you can set your conditions which actually matter. So let's get started. To open the custom scan feature, log in to web.stockage.com and go to the My Stockage section. Here under the My Stockage section, click on the custom scan, and I have created a custom scan already, wherein you can see on the screen there are multiple fundamental factors which I have put in. So first is the sales growth. So I'm looking at sales growth, which is those companies which has grown over 15% in this quarter compared to the last year's quarter. I'm also doing the same for PAT. So PAT growth year on year, latest quarter is greater than 50. Now the question is, why am I looking at both? Because revenue increase doesn't really always give you an indication that it has converted into profits or not. The quality matters. So revenue increase should be backed by a PAT growth also. Hence, I have put in both the parameters. Now you can always change these parameters to 15 to 20 or 10 based on your style. Along with PAT growth, I have also put EBITDA margin latest quarter should be greater than or equal to the EBITDA margin which was last year similar quarter, because increasing in business and growth backed by sales and PAT should be managed by or should be backed by at least an increasing PAT margin or operating margin. So this EBITDA margin you can also change into PAT or anything else also. So this gives me a growth parameter fundamentally. Apart from this, I have also added few other parameters, which is cash flow from operations divided by operating profit last year is greater than equal to 0.8. Now what does this mean? I want to check whether the profits which the company is recording is not only accounting profit, but it is actually generating cash for the company. Hence, I'm also looking at the cash flow from operations, and to that I'm also adding a feature of leverage, which is debt to equity should be lower than 1. Now we must understand that debt is not always bad for the company. Different industries, different sectors may have different working capital requirements and different debt leverage, but I personally like to invest and commit in those stocks where the debt to equity ratio is lower than 1. You can also change into 0.5, or you can actually have a feature of no debt. The next is, I'm also looking at how efficiently the business is utilizing the capital. So I have put in a feature improved return on capital employed. Now, once I have all these filters, I have a very strong fundamental backing that yes, this is a growing business with growing profit, growing margins, with low debt, and the profits are actually converting into cash. Now, there could be many a times that stocks which are fundamentally very, very strong, but still don't move. And it could be that the prices still remain in a range or stand still for years, whereas the markets could just go beyond any level. So, in order to back the movement, I want to also check that whether the price action is also there or not, whether this fundamentally strong company, growing company is backed by price action. So I have added a criteria that find me stocks which is close within its 52-week high range, and also those stocks that is outperforming the benchmark index both on a 1 week time frame and on the 3 week time frame. So what is this helping me? So this helps me check the relative performance vis-a-vis the index, broader index, as well as the price performance. Now, when I click here, I can check the list of stocks which has come in here. I have used the filter feature and I only want to check stocks which are within the market cap of 1000 crore to 10,000 crore, because I personally believe that a mid cap and a small cap stocks have a propensity to increase at a much faster pace compared to a very large cap stock. Also, the current market condition is such that the mid cap and the small cap sector or the entire index is giving much more performance compared to a large cap stocks. I'm also avoiding a below 100 crore category because because again, the risk over there is higher and would want to not to commit to very small companies. So this is a safe range of 1000 to 10,000 crore bracket. And by period, I have chosen the current period only so that the latest results are incorporated in, and what I am getting is the latest data. So when I click on apply, I am getting a list of stocks. So imagine from the entire universe of more than 2000 companies in only NSE, I am getting a list of barely some 6 to 8 companies, right? Now let's randomly pick up any stock, say Somani Ceramics, right? So I click on that stock. Again, just as a disclaimer, whatever stock which we are discussing in this video is purely as an illustration purpose. It is not a recommendation. And so this particular stock, if we look at the momentum score now, so I see the 1 month, 3 month and 6 month, the stock's momentum score in all three time period is green and is rising. Now checking momentum scores become extremely important because any fundamentally strong company, if backed by momentum, gives us another layer of confidence that yes, this particular stock is in momentum currently in the period and can be looked upon. We can also do a further fundamental check of the fundamental score, which is around 74 out of 100. Again, a strong company. We can see the valuation is 80, quality 85, solvency score 90, efficiency 75, and profitability 55, giving an overall score of 74 by 100. When I click on the charts, I also see that yes, this particular stock, and I can change it into at least a little higher time frame. This is a sideways range where once this level is crossed convincingly, probably we can find in a great momentum rally in this particular stock. So this is how the process is defined by using custom scan. The biggest problem today for most investors and traders is not lack of information, but it is too much of information. There are so many stocks, so many ratios, so many parameters, and which is actually turning into noise. What custom scans help you is to filter that noise to exactly that list which matches your criteria. Instead of chasing random stock tips, searching for ideas, you can actually define what you want and let the market then run for you. For me, scans help identify companies with combination of growth and financial quality. By adding this momentum score and overall fundamental score to the process, I get a more focused list of opportunities for a deeper research. Remember, the goal is not to find the next multi-bagger. The goal is to build a repeatable process to find better research opportunities, because then the multi-bagger will automatically follow you. If you found this process useful, let me know in the comment section what type of custom scans are you building today. Share your custom scans in the comment section. If you want more videos like this to break stockage features into practical ways, do comment and like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.